Okay, time to finish this trial. Let's see. It was about 9, I believe. I was quietly pursuifying, that's reading to you, some papers by the window. Perusifying. Oh, that's what. When I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over. If things occurred as you testify, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant. Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. Defendant, you may cross-examine. Yes, Your Honor. Witness's account. Let's see, it's about 9, that's fine. Quietly perusifying reading. Papers by the window, okay. And I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised I turned over the building across the way. That was a spiky-haired man attacking a woman. Hold it. Spiky-haired? Wait, is that all you had to say about it? Oh, maybe I have to press on this one. What you just said directly conflicts with Miss May's testimony. Miss May clearly stated that the assailant looked like a girl. I've always been proud of my eyesight, Mr. Lawyer. Just what is your eyesight? Sparkle. Counting both eyes. 40. 40? Don't add them together. I think the witness is trying to say his eyesight is good. Hey, whose side is this judge on anyway? And what did you do then? I called Miss May over. At once, she too was surprised, of course. She ran away, but you gave chase. There was a terrible impaction, but it was all over. Impaction? Don't you mean just impact? Ridiculosity. I think you need to brush up on your language skills. On second thought, perhaps I'd better leave the whole language thing alone. Did Edward prep this guy too, I wonder? Anyways, I better find the weakness in there. 9 p.m. Yeah, that's when they looked over. I was quietly pursuing. Wait, let me look at my evidence to see if I have anything to... There's the floor plans. What's this say? Cotton stroke, yeah, that's what she said. Well, first I'm gonna see what he heard. A bedlam. It must have been when you attacked, I presume. We see. Continue. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. Small mistake in my head attack. I took a small break before this, so I need to remember everything. Crucifying. Those words are so... Okay. Autopsy. May have lived for a few minutes after being hit. That's not important right now. Light stand, broken on all recognition. The weapon. The wiretap. The victim dodged an attack. I feel like I'm gonna need to use the testimony of my... coming from outside. Wait, what's that? So you were reading your paper until you heard that sound? But of course, I'm no snoop peeping out of windows at night. No snoop. Yeah, right. Made a career out of snooping. And I saw him swinging, attacking a woman with long hair. was Miss May doing at that time? She had just finished watching a soap opera on the TV and was weeping openly. Did you know she had been tapping the Faye office phone? Irrelevant. That has nothing to do with the case at hand. I care not. I will not answer the lawyer's bold inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she tapped the phone of the Faye woman. You'd make a good politician, Mr. White. Oh, after all, I am El Presidente. Please continue. Can you be a little more detailed about that? Here we go. I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. This is the information I need. Of course, comprende, I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave chase and struck her down. Are you sure? As you know, I am absolutely perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail. There we go. The victim ran to the left, and you gave chase. There we go. I knew this was going to be useful. Wait right there. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. What is this? You said the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran to the right. Oh ho ho, it is simple. You have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here. The victim here. The victim ran to the left as you claimed she did. She would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? Very strange. I did see her run to the left. I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. True. Maybe he really did see the victim run left. So he did witness the killing. Wait a second. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Miss May says right, and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? Both are right. I think I understand. Both witnesses are telling the truth. For once. Ha! I doubt it. Rather, that does not clear up the contradiction. There is one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. What? Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. He was inside the room with her. Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Yes, what do you mean he was not viewing the crime from the hotel? If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Faye & Co., of course. More specifically, he was standing here. To show the court where Mr. White was standing. This is where he was. Look. When the victim ran for the door, if he was watching from this point, it would, to him it would appear that she ran to the left. Please, this is no time for jokes and ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. Order. I will have order. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Repskillion? The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. Postulations. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. Ho ho ho. You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing. The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well. Let's hear your revised testimony. Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, and then you hit her, savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her, and delivered the final blow. That is what Miss May saw. You see? You hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? That does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness's testimony? You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honor. To the left, then you hit her savagely. This is what I saw. She ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. Present the autopsy report. So she was only hit once, though. I'm gonna press him first. So, were you watching both times? I suppose I was. Please excuse me for not testifying to this sooner. What do you think, Phoenix? I think we've got him right where we want him. Just let him laugh for now. I'll soon wipe that smile off his face. I'll press on a few things to see. I didn't hit anyone. Oh, guys, get that. I'm not hiding anything. Objection. The prosecution requests that the defense refrain from interrupting the testimony. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Why is he mad at me? Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. I want to press on this too. What do you mean, next? Next is what comes after first. I know that. Then, that is all you need to know, Mr. Lawyer. As I said, she turned and made a desperate dash to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. Is this going to... I don't know if that's going to work. Mr. White. The victim died from a single blow. Yeah, that's what I thought. What do you have to say to that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told the court you were absolutely perfect? Absolutely perfect? I will refrain from using this phrase from now on. Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break. Yes, quite. The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request that that there be no break, Your Honor. Yeah, we want justice. Don't let him get away. Very well. If the witness would care to revise his testimony. The crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this one now. White? Mr. White? Okay. The two accounts. Witness testimony. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then, the next moment, I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer, you, attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran for the door. And you did her in with a single blow. Thwap. Thwap indeed. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. Your Honor, my stomach, you see, it is hurting. Deal with it. This is almost over. Cross-examination, the two accounts. See, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. What did you hear fall exactly? You heard that thing fall. What exactly was that thing? Huh? Oh, that, the glass light stand. Right. The one that had fallen over at the scene. Phoenix. Doesn't something about that strike you as odd? Yeah, very odd. Yeah, that is odd. I'll press further. Mr. White? Huh? What? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes? Then change your testimony to reflect that. Sorry, my bad. The witness will revise his testimony. Okay, of course. A light stand was lying on the floor when I looked. Then the next moment I saw Miss Mira run to the left. 1 second, let me look at the floor plans real quick. This is fishy. Check. So if she ran to the left, she'd have to run through the glass. I'm gonna try this. This is risky. I don't know if this is the right thing, but... Your Honor, what did you think about the witness's statement? I'm not sure I follow. It clearly contradicts the, I thought... You don't sound very convinced, Mr. Wright. Objection overruled. I don't think that won me any points to the judge. Alright. The next moment I saw Miss Mina run to the left. I thought I'd present the map and say if it was broken, she couldn't run to the left because of the glass. What's the glass looking like? Does it have anything? This is like... Oh, well, that would make sense. There we go. Mr. White? It was impossible for you to have seen the light stand. What? I looked a little too far into it. The stand broke into pieces when it fell. Oof. Just by seeing the broken pieces, you would have no idea it was a light stand. So tell me, exactly when was it you saw the stand? Answer the question. Isn't it obvious? I saw the stand before it fell over. So, you saw the stand before the victim was attacked then? Correct. That would have no problemo, right? Big problemo. There's a big problemo, or a problem here. What problem is this? Mr. White, let me make sure I have this straight. You saw the glass light stand through the window from the hotel before the incident occurred? Correct. That is so. It's conclusive, definitive, undeniable, unimpeachable. No, it's impossible. You couldn't have seen that the stand. What? Why couldn't he? You have proof? I sure do, Your Honor. A person in that hotel could not have seen the stand before it fell over. Let's bring out the floor plans. This is where we're supposed to use the floor plans. Look at this. These are the floor plans to the scene of the murder, yes? Correct, Your Honor. Now, look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you'd be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White, what do you have to say to that? Ridiculosity? Mr. White, if you were in the Gatewater Hotel as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There is no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a glass light stand. So, when did you see the stand, Mr. White? It must have been the moment that it fell, and the only place you could have seen that from is inside the Fay Cole offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Whoa. Mr. White? Oh no, he's going into despair. Mr. White? You did it, didn't you? Mr. Your Honor. I, Miss Mia. Huh. Looks like we're about to get our verdict. That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. What? I forgot about Edgeworth. I did too for a minute. Mr. White. I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now, What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. The wiretap? Order. Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Corp. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the offices of Miss Fay. What does that have to do? Your Honor, the question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office, and by who? No, you wouldn't. Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office. Am I correct? Correct. You are most correct, Miles. Give me a break. Yes, in order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fay and Co. law offices. That is when I saw the accursed light stand. Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what all this means, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made it his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand, at the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. Wright would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer. I see. However, it is a fact that Mr. White had been to the office well before the murder took place. He went to the place with the wiretap. He could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Phoenix Wright's theory and is revealed for baseless conjecture. It is. For the baseless conjecture it is. Mr. White, you will testify to the court about this wiretap. Ahem. Leave it to me. I feel faint. Witness testimony, the wiretapping. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. I had entered the Fay & Co. law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. That is when I saw this glass light stand. So, you saw the stand before the night of the incident? And this is how you were able to identify the fallen what had fallen over by the sound. Correct. That is right. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine. Yeah, what am I supposed to do now? Good luck, Phoenix. The wiretap and cross-examination. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. Let's see. I gotta press first. Do you have proof? Miss April May knew the details of Miss Fay's phone conversation. This proves that the wiretap was placed before the murder. Huh, right. I'd entered the Fay & Co. law offices. Okay. Of course I had done so to place the wiretap. But he said he's never seen her before. Floor plans aren't gonna help me here. So the glass. The call's not gonna help me, is it? The call doesn't have anything. Miss, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Wait, that was September 5th. Was that a week? Yeah, that was. See, the wiretap was found in her room. Okay. Was it really you that went into the office, or was it Miss May? Unidentified fingerprints, several days old, were found in Van Cove offices. They were obviously Mr. White's. And if I know Edgeworth, he's already run a check on those prints. Now, Mr. White, tell us why you went to the Van Cove law offices. I've done so to place the wiretap. Why did you tap Mia's phone? This has no bearing on the current case, Your Honor. Blue Corp is a detective agency of sorts. We have responsibility to protect clients' confidentiality. Okay, and he saw the glass light stand, which... They went in there, placed the wiretap. And I guess I'll try... Wait. Go through here. Objection. The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Unfortunately, I will have to penalize you, Mr. Wright. Must be on the wrong track. Oh god, I'm gonna be terrible at this. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. That's why I saw the glass light stand. Why did you notice something as innocuous as a light stand? The light stand was made entirely out of glass. It's quite stylish, so I guess it made a lasting impression on me. Such a beauteous thing deserves attention, does it not? That is all. Damn it. I do have to bluff him out. Beginning of September, the week before the murder. So that was on the 5th. That was broken. I entered the Van Cove offices. I've done so to place the wiretap. I may have run out of ammo. Tis tis. I'm afraid that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. The time has come for you to admit your defeat. You fought honorably. No more. I can't take this anymore. Mr. Wright? Are you giving up? Yes, Your Honor. Phoenix. Phoenix over here. I know that voice. Mia. Never give up, Phoenix. Mia. Did he just go unconscious? Where am I? Prison, probably. The waiting lobby. What happened? Oh, right. I lost the trial. I was hallucinating. Ah, you're finally awake. Gek. He's out again. Hey, Phoenix. Gek? That's no way to greet an old friend. Phoenix, I want you to look at me. Wow. You're... Maya? Didn't you know the Fae women have strong psychic powers? When you accepted your defeat in court, it appears that it was enough to shock to awaken Maya's true powers. So, Maya is channeling you, Mia. That's right, I am Maya. But I'm also Mia. Now, I want you to listen to me, Phoenix. Maya never gave up. You can't either. That's what I came here to tell you. but we don't have much time, Phoenix. Now listen. You've already won. Huh? You have the receipt in your court record, right? Oh, yeah. The one you wrote my on? Phoenix. Wright wrote that, not me. So what do I do with it? Look at the front of the receipt. The front? It's a regular receipt. Looks like it's from a famous department store. 1,000. Wow. Big spender. Item. Glass light stand. Date of purchase. September 4th. Ah. Okay. I see now. That's right, Phoenix. I bought that stand the day before I was killed. Whoa. Now, what did Mr. White say in his testimony? It was a week before. The week before the murder. He said he saw the stand the week before the murder. There you go. I think the court is about to reconvene. Go do it, Phoenix. You know you're innocent. Now you just have to prove it. Right. Receipt updated. The court record. I may have possibly thought a small bit too hard on that one. District Court, courtroom number 1, September. Didn't read what date it was. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. Is the defendant, rather. Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Yes, sorry, Your Honor. I'm fine now. Then, let's start where we left off. Your Honor, there's nothing to go back to. The cross-examination of Mr. White is finished. All that is required now is for you to pass judgment on the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Your Honor, please give me one more chance. I promise you, this is the last time I'll ask you. But, as Mr. Edgeworth has noted, the trial is more than less finished. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an opinion on this matter? I say, let us give Mr. Phoenix Wright his last chance. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Wiretapping. I present to you the receipt! Receipt for glass light. Objection. Look closely at this. See the word Maya written on it in blood? Well, you're grasping. I think not. Look at the other side of the receipt. The other side. Your Honor, would you tell the court what is written on the other side of that receipt? Well, a glass light stand. And the date of the purchase? Why, that's the day before the murder. You see, Mr. White, when you allegedly entered Fay & Cole offices at the beginning of September, the stand could not have been there. Whoa, that was quite an agonizing scream. Well, Mr. Wright, White, can't get out of this one, can you? No, it's impossible. Uh-oh, he's losing it. Well, Your Honor, I understand that there must be quite a bit of pressure on you, but I think you'll agree you can't judge me guilty under these circumstances. Very well. Then, that is all for the trial of... Not so fast, Phoenix Wright. Eh? What? No way can he worm his way out of this one. Oh wait, I forgot. It's Edgeworth. There's a certain thread of logic to the defendant's claims. However, there's no concrete proof that Phoenix Wright is innocent. Ergo, I would like to request one more day before Phoenix Wright is granted his freedom. I need time to make one more inquiry into this matter. Another inquiry. This isn't going to be another one of those updated autopsy reports. This guy just makes up evidence as he pleases. This is bad. I'm joking. Mr. White's guilt is obvious. There is no need to prolong this trial any further. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? If anyone is going to call Mr. White to a trial, it would be me, the prosecution. I need a day to ascertain whether your claims have any basis on factual evidence. I see. Objection denied. What? The completion of the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright will be postponed until tomorrow. No, there's no telling what will happen if I can't end this now. Edgeworth is sure to come up with, or just make up something. And after Mia showed up, helped me and all. Mr. Your Honor, may I go home? Of course. Thank you for your time. Yeah. The witness will stay. Mia. Phoenix, read this note out loud. Mia, what's this? Memo received from Mia. Your Honor, if I may. You're quite persistent today, Mr. Wright. You bet I am. My life's riding on this one. I have something I would like to read to the court. The memo Mia had given me was a list of names. Many of them sounded strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities. That's when it happened. Stop. Desist. Halt. Please, stop. Make him stop. How did you get that list? Mr. White, admit your guilt, right here, right now. Or else this list will be released to the press. I confess. I confess. I did it. I hit her. I hit Miss Mia with the thinker. Case closed, Your Honor. Oh, the faces are amazing. Well, I see no reason to continue this trial. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You've done it again. That was quite a spirited defense. Yes, Your Honor. I guess you'd say that, if only you knew how spirited it really was. Well, this court finds the defense, rather, the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Yay. I actually did it. That is all. The court is adjourned. September 9th, 2:24 p.m. District Court Defendant's Lobby, number 1. Well, I never thought I'd be saying this again, but congratulations, you're lucky I was born a Fae. I'm lucky I had both you and Maya on my side. I'm glad you made it. Thank you, Phoenix. You risked a lot to help me, and Maya. I won't forget it as long as I live. As long as you live. My time here's running out. Huh? Maya's powers are still weak. I can't stay here for that long. What? No. There's still so much to say. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll meet again. Chief. I'm not the chief anymore. Phoenix? Can you come to the office tonight? Say, 9 p.m. The office? I'll see you later. Chief. Mia. September 9th, 9:02 p.m. Faye & Co. Law Offices. Being here, it's hard not to think about that night. You came, Mia. I was kinda worried you might not. Huh? Of course I came. Well then, I'm pretty hungry. How about a burger? Mia. Well, haha. You should see your face. Mia. What are you talking about? It's me, Maya. Maya? What? Did I look like my sister? Look like? You were her. I might be able to use that. Oh, Phoenix. Go to the store and buy me lunch, would you? Maya? Why are you here? Because of this. See? Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Phoenix for me. Take care of, huh? She means the office. This office. Someone has to help you with the new Wright and Co. law offices, right? And who better but me, Maya Fey, reporting for duty. Wait, no. On second thought, let's make this casual. Yo, Nick. Maya here. Ready to get down to business. You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you? It's a great name. You said that's what your friend Larry calls you. Nick. You know what this means. We're partners. You know, when I think about it, it is Maya's fault I'm here now. But if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in jail. Right in Co. law offices. It's got a good ring to it. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Good luck, Phoenix. I'll always be here, watching. Right. Okay, Nick. Let's do it. Huh? Do what? Burgers, dummy. Burgers. There's a great burger joint just on the street. Come on. Time's a wasting. Okay, wait up. Save that. That was good. Alright, now, Turnabout Samurai.